Minions are the most important part of Skyblock. It's the feeling of knowing that while I'm asleep, I've got a field of slaves harvesting my crops. Don't use that out of context. I've heard a lot of people saying that the final minion slot cost a stupid amount of money.
Alright, it took 3 days and over 80 million coins.
If someone spent that much money, they paid way more than they needed to, or they bought the wrong minions. To go from 23 to 24 slots, it cost me about 25 million coins and 15 hours of my life clicking the NPCs. Now that the bazaar is out and you can't use NPCs, it is actually quite a lot more expensive, but you can do it for a lot less than 80 million. So here's how to get all 24 minion slots starting from 5 in the cheapest way possible. Firstly, you need to unlock and craft the tier 1 of every minion. Most people have already done this, so I'll just have a really quick guide on how to get every minion. Starting at the hub, head north right for the deep caverns. Once you get there, talk to the lift operator, then jump down on the right side. This should unlock every level for you. A lot of the mining minions are found here. Also, there's a creepers on the first floor, so that's where you get gunpowder from, and there are slimes in the emerald mines. Next, you can go off to the graveyard, and that's where you kill zombies to get their rotten flesh. Then go across to the spider den once you get level 2 combat. In this middle spire structure, there's lots of spiders that you can get string and spider's eyes from. Starting from the portal, if you head straight left, you find skeletons that you can kill to get bones, and gravel that you can mine for gravel minions. If you climb halfway up the spire, you should find the Blazing Fortress portal. Once you're at the Blazing Fortress, head directly left, jump over the lava, and go into this cave. Here's glowstone and quartz. Now back at the spawn, head straight up the stairs and keep going straight and climb all the stairs to the top. This is where you'll find blazers. Then go down to the bottom of the stairs and go outside. This is where you get magma cream. Also, up in the sky here, and only at night, there will be ghasts. I'd recommend waiting here overnight, getting an aiming bow, and shooting the ghast down. It may take you a few nights to get enough to craft the minion, so just attack the magma cubes while you're waiting for it to become night. The last thing in the Blazing Fortress, start again from the start, go up the stairs, then turn left straight away, go up these stairs and head to one of the ends, and you should find nether wart. Try and evade the wither skeletons, they might one-shot you if you're new, but if you try it enough times you'll get through and should get the nether wart. Starting back at the spider den portal, if you stick left and go around near the spire, you'll find this end portal. Take this all the way to the end, and this is where you'll find endstone that you can mine on the ground, and enderman that you can kill to get ender pearls. Next is the farming minions. You head towards the farm and you can find wheat here, then take the pad over to the barn. Here you can get tons of things like pumpkins and melons. You should use an axe to harvest this. Chickens, cows and pigs also spawn inside the barn and in this field here. Along the edges there's tons of potatoes and carrots, and then that's all for this area. Once you hit level 5 farming, you can go over to the mushroom desert. In the mushroom desert, there are cocoa beans on these trees, as well as rabbits here. Around the lake, there's sugarcane and sheep, and on the sand, there's cactus. Also, in this cave here, there's tons of mushrooms. Just make sure to mine it with something that isn't silk touch like I did. The foraging minions are quite simple. Simply head over near the graveyard towards this tree area and then mine any of these trees for oak, and then go over to the launch pad. Once you're in the park, you should be able to find each piece of wood very easily. Just follow the path and you'll get all 6 foraging minions. There are 2 minions in the fishing collection. Just go to any part of water and use a fishing rod and catch raw fish to make the fishing minion. If you want the clay minion, you have to go over to the fisherman's hut, which is near the fairy forest, and this spot has a much higher chance of dropping clay than all the rest. To unlock the ice minion, what you need to do is get a pair of boots, any will do, and enchant it with the Frostwalker enchant. Walk over some water on your island and then break it with a silk touch axe or pickaxe or whatever, and you should get the ice in your inventory, adding to your collection so that you can make the minion. To get the sand minion, what you need to do is get your cactus collection up to level 5 and then craft this desert island item. Then you spawn it somewhere on your island and it'll spawn a bunch of sand for you to break, and then you can use it. There are still 4 minions I haven't mentioned yet, and that's because they're very expensive and you don't need to get them yet. Wait up till later. Okay, hopefully you have every minion tier 1 by now except the flower, tarantula, revenant and snow minion. The bazaar will be your main method of getting minion upgrades. To do this you need level 8 of a few skills. You shouldn't have to play for too long to get that. Then you can start buying things off of the bazaar. You can actually get quite a few minion slots without spending that much money. See, each item has an enchanted version, and eventually you'll need to use these to upgrade your minions. But just sticking with the basic versions, you can get most minions to tier 4. This table here shows what level you can get each minion to with only using base materials and never using any enchanted ones. Buying all of these materials will cost you about 1 to 200,000 coins. If you can't afford this right away, Just play the game for a bit, explore, level up your skills a little, find what the game has to offer. The beginning of this game is the most fun. Once you unlock everything, it just becomes an endless grind, a constant need for slightly better items, waiting months for updates, only for that to get stale after a couple of weeks. But anyway, if you have these minions, then you'll have 14 minion slots already. The next step is to use enchanted items to level up your minions. You used to need the recipe for enchanted items, but now with the bazaar you can just buy them all. So just place down whatever minion will make you a lot of money. I recommend something you can get cheaply to tier 11, like clay or sand or ice. You can really place anything down, but you don't need to worry about collection. Since right now all of your minions will need 8 of each enchanted items, it's pretty easy to tell which one will be the cheapest. See here, we need 8 enchanted diamonds to get 1 unique upgrade on the minion, and enchanted diamonds were going for 1300 coins each, whereas enchanted gold is going for 2400 coins each, so it's better that you go for the diamond first. Next, you'll need 16 enchanted diamonds since it generally doubles how much you need each time, so it would be more worth it to go for gold tier 5 before diamond tier 6. So basically just check which items are the cheapest depending on how many you need to level it up. Now, what I just said might not be true for when you watch this video. Every time an update happens or the meta changes, the prices of items will change drastically, so it's important that you look for yourself and figure out what's best. But I can tell you currently, the best minions and the cheapest ones to upgrade quickly are wheat, ice, clay, and enderman. Otherwise, most of the others are quite similar. Snow is also cheap, but we'll get to that later. So you just need to keep buying enchanted items off the bazaar and you get money from playing the game and upgrade your minions. Moving from the pass table, the next big step is to buy 1 tier of every single minion and the extra one for enderman, sugarcane, potato, cobblestone, diamond, emerald, magma cube, regular oakwood, and dark oakwood. Since they are the cheapest, you can even get 3 upgrades for clay, 3 upgrades for wheat, and 3 upgrades for ice, since they are extremely cheap to level up. Once you've done this, you will have 17 minion slots, and it shouldn't really cost you less than $1 million. If you have the same minions as this table, it'll bring you to 250 unique minions. It'll cost a few $100,000 per slot past this point, but you've already got 17 minions. Now it's worth it to unlock the snow minion. The most expensive part of the snow minion is getting the tier 1, and it's important that you get it yourself and you don't trade with other people. You need to get it from a present so that it unlocks the tier 1 for you. I'd say if you buy about 500,000 coins worth of white presents, you should get 1 snow minion, but your luck might be better or worse than mine. And yeah, definitely buy white gifts, just because they're so much cheaper than the rest and don't have much less chance of getting good things. As soon as you unlock the snow minion, instantly level it up to tier 11 as fast as you can. It's the absolute cheapest minion to level it up. To upgrade from tier 10 to tier 11, it requires 2 stacks of enchanted snow, which is crazy because most minions take at least 8 stacks of their enchanted block, and snow is the cheapest out of most items anyway. Hey, does anyone know why the magma cubes and slimes can hit you even with intimidation artifact? This item stops all level 25 and under mobs from attacking me, but it can't take a level 1 slime. And then for a while you pretty much keep doing the same things over and over. Buy the cheapest minion that's on the bazaar, upgrade it when you can, and keep checking what levels you're at. You can use this Minion Spreadsheet, which used to be really useful. It's still good for tracking your levels, but now with the bazaar update the prices are a little bit off. The next big addition is going to be around slot 19 or 20, whatever it is for you, or when you can confidently kill Tarantula and Revenant tier 3 bosses. Now you can go for the Revenant and Tarantula minions. If you're fighting tier 3 bosses, it'll take about 5 hours of grinding for each minion. You'll get given a free tier 1 minion from completing level 5 of each Slayer, but you won't unlock the level 1 unique minion. You need to craft that separately. Both Revenant Flesh and Tarantula Web are super cheap at the bazaar. After this it starts costing Tarantula Silk and Revenant Viscera, which really isn't worth it yet. Also, for some reason, the Slay minions can't upgrade once you've placed them. You can only do it in inventory. This table shows my recommended setup for having 20 minion slots, and once you're at this point, it's going to start taking 50 unique minions for each slot, and it'll start costing you a few million each time. The method is pretty much the same. The only bit of advice I can give is what minions to not bother getting tier 11 ever. And that would be Tarantula, Revenant, Cactus, Sugarcane, Flower, Fishing, Cow, Sheep, and Rabbit. All of these are just far more expensive than any other minion. You should be able to keep these at tier 9 or 10, and there's no reason to max them. Eventually, you'll be aiming for 550 unique minions, and there are 572 possible upgrades, so you can have 22 that aren't done. For me, about half of them are in Revenant, Tarantula, and Flower minions. Once you hit 23 minion slots, you're finally ready to buy a flower minion. The cost of a tier 1 is somewhere around 6 million coins, but the first few upgrades after that are a lot cheaper, so you should get it to tier 6 or 7 with only spending a few million after the initial purchase. You can see here that I don't have the tier 1 for flower minion, and that's because I bought it from trading and not at the dark auction. If you want that extra slot, you have to buy it at the dark auction. It's only worth not doing it if you're saving quite a lot of money off trading. Final slot will cost you a lot, but if you buy the cheapest ones and ignore the stupid ones that are far too expensive to bother about, you should get away with paying 30 to 40 million coins. This final table is how I would set up my minions if I were to do it again. Mine are slightly different, but now that the meta's changed and different things are cheaper, this is how you should go if you want 24 minion slots for the cheapest possible. Thanks for watching, I hope this helped.